The human population. We are finally here to some very controversial topics. The human population size, affluence, resource consumption, they all are interrelated and they all impact the environment. Probably one of the best examples that most of my students know is China. China is striking with more than 1.3 billion people. That's almost 20% of all humans live in China. All right, demographers use data on age from age structure diagrams to predict how rapidly a population will increase and what size it will be in the future. So the age structure of a population describes how its members are distributed across an age range, and usually like in 5-year increments. And then, of course, they are grouped by age and they are separated by male and female. There are two basic types of age structure diagrams. They're what we call a population pyramid and a population momentum. And that is two different things that describe how the population is measuring at a certain rate or at a certain speed or a certain age group. And essentially, in Ms. Hoskins' terms, it's how the graph is shaped. Okay. So essentially, we have 4 age-structured diagrams. A is India, B is the United States, C is Germany, and D is China. If we look at the 4 different diagrams, you can see how they all are shaped. Some as a pyramid, some as like an hourglass, some are top-heavy. That's where we get the column-shaped thing from, the population pyramid or momentum, those types of words. So if you look at India, India is a good example. Even though India has a TFR of 2.5, which is just a little over replacement level of fertility, its population will continue to grow substantially because more than 30% of the population is under the age of 15. And that will reach a reproductive maturity in the upcoming years. And that's how we describe India as having population momentum. So it's very wide at the base. And so that differs slightly in the vocabulary of a population pyramid, which is an age structure diagram. The widest portion of the diagram is at the bottom, and the smallest is at the top. But it's not just for India per se, which that looks just like literally like a pyramid. It's to describe how the population, like as it ages, it's actually getting smaller. So the United States is still a population pyramid, and that's usually true and very typical of developed countries. So essentially, in the vocabulary, a population pyramid can also be used to illustrate how long time it takes to affect a population. Population momentum is the continued population growth when reduction measures have been put into place. So a country with little difference between the number of individuals in a younger age groups and in older age groups has age structure diagram that looks more like a column. So from like age 0 through 50, as shown in the figure, which one of these? Oh, it's figure B, the United States. So if a country has few individuals in the younger classes, we can deduce that it has slowed its population growth, or it is approaching no growth at all. Countries like the United States, Canada, Australia, Sweden, many developed nations are at this point where their population growth has halted. A country with a greater number of older people than younger people has an age structure diagram that resembles more of like an inverted pyramid. You can see Germany here. It's starting to resemble that. It's countries like Germany, Russia, few developed countries where this pattern has taken place. The most dramatic one that is not on here that I know of is Italy. Italy is almost a completely inverted pyramid. And the government says that that's due to a cultural response where all of a sudden women have been empowered and they're choosing career, work, economy over raising a family, which has been a traditional Italian experience. and it's now completely changed. And so they actually have an upside down, an inverted pyramid. These populations will continue to shrink over time. And even if you look at China here, China is in its very early stages of showing or about to start showing this pattern of an inverted pyramid. And that concludes human population numbers. The next one is economic development, consumption, and sustainability.